Come on, everybody. Here we go. Off to Weberland.
Hi, friends.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome back to our podcast. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Ryan.
And we are Adventures in Weberland, and we are back.
We're back.
Episode 17. We're back from our trip, Bowie's first birthday. It was fun.
Beautiful day.
It was
Beautiful
hot.
Time, I should say.
It was hot.
Yes.
It was just really hot.
Hot. If you want to complain about anything, it's the heat. It was insanity. It was so hot.
I mean, we expected it, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're not dumb. Like, it's hot in Florida in general, and obviously in the middle of summer. But it was like a different type of heat from June. Like, we went in June 2 years ago. Or 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago. And it was hot then, but this was just different. Like, I don't know, like, how to explain it.
Yeah, I feel the same. I was just going to say the same thing. It was a very intense humidity,
right?
And there's a lot of rain every single day at the same time. It wasn't fun at some points in the week, but if anything, that was the only problem.
The rain was interesting because normally you get, like, you know, that Florida rain where it lasts maybe 20 minutes, an hour the most. This lasted a couple hours.
Yeah, sometimes.
At a time.
I think it rained the most it ever rained on this trip than any other one.
Aside from the hurricane.
Well, that was like an overnight thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was like an overnight thing, and then we had to pay for the aftermath of that.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't really even see it.
But you know what, though? We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Considering. You know, probably not our first choice to go in July again.
No.
But, you know, we were able to celebrate Bowie's birthday. We were able to celebrate Jagger as well, as he just turned 3. My parents and my aunt were with us, and it was my aunt's birthday as well, so we celebrated her birthday. We did a lot of things that we, I guess, expected to do, and that's what we're getting at. That's what this episode is. It's our recap. It's our reality portion of our expectation versus reality episode. So we recorded our expectations before we left.
Yep. And you can watch that or listen to that anywhere podcasts are found or on YouTube.
That came out 2 weeks ago. So now we're going to talk about it. I listened back. I wrote down everything that we expected to do this trip. And it's very interesting to see what we did and what we didn't do. There were some things we didn't do. There were also things that we didn't even mention, and they were so last minute that we were like, we're just going to do it while we were there.
Well, that's what you do when you're there. You know, you just go with the flow sometimes.
Exactly. So one of our biggest things that, and it was like the first thing on our list, was getting Jagger to ride his very first roller coaster. And our expectation was that he was going to ride Barnstormer.
Yeah.
So, Ryan, did Jagger ride Barnstormer?
No.
He did not. But
I wanted to ride Barnstormer. We never got back there.
But he did go on his first roller coaster.
He did.
He did.
And you went with him.
I wanted to in the worst way. I don't know what we were thinking, but you know what? It worked out. So we took him on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Whoa.
And
he was tall enough?
He wanted to do it. He was tall enough.
Okay.
He wanted to do it. He was like, I want to go on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train over and over and over again. We got a lightning lane. It's an individual lightning. Well, not anymore. Well, I guess it still is, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still is.
Okay.
So it's technically still the individual lightning lane. But that's what we had to do because we were still using Genie Plus at the time. That's actually big news. That changed over.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But
the lightning lane.
We just went for it. And I came off the ride with nail marks on my arm. Yeah. And the poor kid's face was, I mean, I laugh. It was funny. But he was fine.
Yeah.
He was fine.
Afterwards, you know, when he came out, I was surprised. He was like, oh, no big deal. But, like, the fear on his face in the picture it's worse. But actually, Frozen's Ever After's picture, I feel, is almost worse than Mine Train.
So Jagger,
and the fear factor.
He loves the Frozen ride. He loves the Pirates ride.
Yeah.
He hates the drop
in
both of those rides.
And that's like me.
Well, yeah, but you know what? For any little kid, of course, too. It's a drop. It's maybe 15 feet, maybe a little less. I don't know, but it's in the dark too, so it's scary. It can be scary. So actually, before we even continue, we are going to post all the pictures that we talk about on this episode. We will post on our Instagram and on our Facebook. So head over to Adventures in Weberland on Instagram and on Facebook. All of those photos will be on there, including we'll do both. I'll put the Frozen Ever After and I'll put the Seven Doors Mine Train so you can see Jagger's reactions. Yeah. But I am so proud of him. Yeah. I really am, because he was nervous. He's 3. Yeah. He just turned 3. Yeah. He's a little bit of a daredevil, but still,
conquering his fears already.
Yes. Yeah. So, we'll do Barnstormer next trip. Maybe we'll be even more daring and do Slinky Dog next trip. He is tall enough.
It's true. It'll be 3.5. And maybe even Dumbo.
Oh, yeah, we did not do Dumbo. Every trip we say, I don't even think we put that on the expectation list. I'm going to be honest with you. But yet every trip we're like, we got to do Dumbo. It's a classic. It's a Disney classic. Yep. We never do it.
Nope.
So
that's okay.
That's okay.
There's always room for next time.
Yeah.
It makes things fun to do new things every time. So
right. Speaking of new things, our next thing on our list that we put on our expectation list was Bowie rides a new ride. Ooh. And our hope was that it would be Haunted Mansion. Do you want to answer that one?
Yes, that came true.
Yes.
She did it. And she wasn't scared. I mean, I think the stretching room is the scariest part, and Jagger gets scared of that already. So Bowie also, I feel like, was a little, just for a second. But she was just kind of taking everything in most of the time. So, you were with her, though.
Well, we did it twice. The first time I went in the dune buggy with her alone, and you went with Jagger. And you know what? It was nap time. So she got cranky. So she wasn't scared. Yeah. She was just like, don't want to be here. The second time it was you and I, because Jagger went on with my dad. And she was fine. She just kind of sat there. And then when we got to the graveyard, she bounced because she heard the music. Yeah, that's how she dances. She bounces. She loved it. Yeah. It was great. Yeah. So Bowie went on her first time on Haunted Mansion, but she went on a new ride. And that was our goal, was to get her on a new ride.
I think it went well. I think both of them went well with Jagger on Mine Train, because I don't like mine. I went on after you guys. Yeah. And I didn't realize, I forgot how, we were, you and your dad went on with me, and it was all the way in the back row. So it was like whipping us around.
It's a lot faster. Yes.
Yeah, and I didn't remember it being like that. And I haven't gone on in a while either, so.
Well, it has been a while. And also, it's the type of ride, too, where, because you're in, almost a bucket, and which it kind of swings just a tad as well. So when you're in the back, you're not only going faster, but your car, your bucket
you get to see the quicker. Snow White thing at the end more if you're in the back.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm proud of him. And I'm proud of her for doing Haunted Mansion. Yeah. So,
yes. Great. Next thing on our list was you wanted Bowie and I to meet Figment. And we did.
You did.
I was so excited.
Right before, though, but he went into his little imagination link thing, whatever it's called. And then
right
came
before
back
us,
out.
yeah.
Yeah. So we thought he was going away for a while, but he came back out.
Right.
And, he
was fun. Yeah, it was fun. The line really wasn't that long. No. I think people are kind of, yes, he's there. It's a meet and greet. But, when he first came out, because it was a big deal. Yeah. When Figment first, came out to do a meet and greet. Yeah, and the line was super long.
There's still people. Yes, I just don't, it moves fast for some reason.
Yeah. So that's another picture that we will put up on our social media. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun. This one, our next one. What is it? Ryan going on Guardians of the Galaxy, Cosmic Rewind.
Of nail marks.
So I got him on.
I did it.
You did it.
I did it. I was a little nervous going in, but I had no idea how fast and wild this ride was. I really didn't realize it because it looks so smooth in the things I've saw before, but when you're actually on that thing, I had my eyes closed 90% of the time because I was frightened. It's just not a ride for me. And I was just like, nope. After we got off.
You missed out on the best ride in all of Disney World. You have no idea.
I saw the guy and
the guy?
Yeah,
You saw the beginning.
No,
right
but
before
I
we
saw
launched backwards?
he's in there. Right before we launched backwards. I did see some... when I opened my eyes, I saw a few things, but then all of a sudden you're dropping again. And at one point, I think I even grabbed onto your...
You did. You reached over.
Yeah, because I felt like, even though I was secure in there and it wasn't like Space Mountain, I felt like I was going to fall out like Space Mountain.
Really?
I still didn't feel secure because I don't know. I had like, I didn't realize how intense it was. And so I was like very surprised. It was a great ride. It's well done for someone that liked that kind of thing. And the queue was cool and everything. Yeah. And, I like that the people from the movie are actually in the ride too. It's cool. Agree. And wait. Yeah. That's the other expectation.
You see it. Because I wrote all these down. Ryan's reading this.
You say it.
What do you want?
We did not get the song that we wanted.
No, I wanted Tears for Fears, and I'm very convinced that it's going to be the last one that I get. What song did we get, Ryan?
Conga.
We did. We got Conga. Good. You know what? Yeah, it really wasn't that bad. I'm surprised. Like, a lot of people hate on that song, but it works. Mm-hmm. It goes.
I heard it in the midst of my screaming. So.
I didn't hear you scream at all, actually. But I did look over, and you had your shoulders to your eyes. You can see basically.
There's another picture.
There is a picture of it. Yes, yeah. Actually, yeah. I think did we get that one?
I'm squinting.
I'm pretty sure. If we did, we'll put that up.
Yeah,
there too.
We have it.
So that's gonna be a thing for me now. Yeah. Every time I go on Guardians, I'm just not gonna get Tears for Fears, and I'm convinced that's what it is, and it's just going to be a thing now. We're going to keep doing it until I get it.
If I'm feeling brave, I might do it again and try just to see if a second opinion.
Wow.
But there's a lot of like kind of drops, I felt like, and it's an indoor roller coaster.
Yeah.
If you ever go to Hershey Park, I kind of felt like I was on like one of those intense roller coasters, because those really the only thing I can compare it to is that, because I've been on some of them there.
Yeah. So, it's nothing like that, but okay.
I don't know. I felt like it was like, I don't know.
It's different.
I thought it was going to be kind of like this, like, and you're moving around. I didn't think it was going to be like,
it's not like, major.
That's how I felt like. I was dropping a lot.
I'm surprised because they're not major drops. They're like little hills. Like they're
Didn't feel that way.
Well, maybe just because of the speed.
I think
that's
it was.
What I'm thinking.
You're like dipping kind of this way. Like it had a little bit of Mine Train feel with Space Mountain, like mixed in.
Yeah. Well, you did it.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll try it again, but you did it.
I did.
And I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
All the Webers are really brave this time.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Bowie turns out like me, because Jagger's not scared of everything, but he's got a little bit of fear like you do. Yeah.
He kept calling the elevator alligator.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so cute.
Really funny.
It's really cute. So next on our expectation list was to see the drone show in Disney Springs. This was very high on our list, but we didn't do it.
Nope.
We did not do it.
I completely forgot about it. For some reason. I think we mentioned it when we were there, and then like it just totally forgot. And we actually never even made it to Disney Springs.
That's what I was going to say.
We had an opportunity to go to Disney Springs, but we stayed back and relaxed at the pool instead.
Yeah, and I'm glad we did. I'm not gonna lie. It was too hot to be to be out like that and shopping. Yeah. Because the shops are indoors, but you have to still walk outside.
Yeah, take a bus. It's a lot from where we were. It was it's a lot.
Yeah, and let me tell you, the Polynesian has such a great splash pad for the kids.
Yeah.
Jagger was obsessed. He didn't even bother with the big pool, like the actual
pool. He goes,
pool.
I want out. I'm going to go
Yeah,
there.
he was having the time of his life. He was going on the little, kids slides, water slides that they have there. He was dumping buckets on your head. Yep. He was going through waterfalls, things I've never seen him do. Because he had a little bit of a rough start with the pool, when he was little. He just didn't like water. Even giving him a bath when he was a baby was always a challenge.
Yeah.
So I was shocked to see him, just walk through a waterfall and get water in his face, like no big deal.
He was scared at first, and then he didn't like the water either coming on his head. But then, as the day progressed, I saw him getting like more brave and stronger, and then all of a sudden he's doing it all on his own. Because I was following him up to the steps and then down the slide and everything. And he, by the end of the day, he did it like 20 times by himself. So it was good. It was good to see that.
He had a lot of fun doing that. Bowie was a little more receptive to the pool just because there wasn't water in her face.
But she went in too, and she didn't complain, and it was great. And the pool was a lot of fun. We were lucky to go enough, and we got to meet one of the live vloggers, streamers there.
That's right.
Tanya, the crazy Disney lady, if you've seen her on YouTube. And her family was there too. So Kristen shouted out. I was a little shy. But she came right up to us and was so sweet, so nice. Introduced us to her husband. And it was just a really nice moment there. Because I didn't think we were even going to see her. And then like a couple days later, we ended up seeing her in the park. And Jagger, somehow we weren't with Jagger at the time. He was with your parents and your aunt. And he got on. We were taking Bowie's pictures, I think.
Yes.
And he got on that crazy Disney lady's live stream.
He did. He did. So if you go to the YouTube, I don't remember what day it was exactly. It might have been the 18th.
Yeah.
July 18th.
It was when she was at Magic Kingdom.
It was our last.
I think
park
it was
day.
the last day. Yeah.
But it was so funny because my dad's like, "Yeah, you guys met someone at the pool, a YouTuber." At the Polynesian pool, and we're like, Tanya, the crazy Disney lady. He's like, yeah, well, Jagger was on her live stream. I was like, what? What are you talking about? He's like, yeah, he recognized her in the Emporium.
Wow.
And then she remembered him.
Yeah,
and it was crazy.
She remembered all of us, and that's really nice. And that was it was a nice moment. And he, we watch it a lot. We watch live streams sometimes in the morning, and that's where he knows her from.
Yeah.
And so he remembers everything. So he saw her. And he was a little shy, but it was cute.
It was adorable.
That was nice. So the pool was another thing.
And I got my pina colada. That's all I wanted.
There you go. And I got one too.
Pina colada at the pool. That's all I wanted, and I got it.
I got it, but it melted. So by the time I got back to
right,
it was so hot.
Well, speaking of the pool, that was our next expectation was to spend more time at the pool. Now we did go twice.
Yeah, and the second time was a longer time.
We had intentions of going more, but it rained.
Yeah.
So
every day at like 4, it was like rained.
It was very weird.
But we did go on our day off, right? And then we went early on in the trip, and then our day off. So it was a good balance. I think. I would have liked to go maybe one more time, but we had things to do.
Yeah. No, yes, we had a great time at the pool. So more pool time on our next trip, for sure. The next thing that we had on our expectation list was to, and I laughed when we said this the first time, rope drop the parks. And I'm going to laugh again because that did not happen. No. But we were close.
We were close. It's hard because everyone has to eat before. Everyone has to get their suntan lotion on, get changed, shower, whatever we're doing. So, and then get everything ready. You're really good at getting things ready with snacks and the water for the day and our bags. And so just by the time you do all that,
right,
you miss it.
Exactly.
You're the early riser too. So
well, I'm up at 3 a.m. for work every day, Monday through Friday. So I'm used to, sleeping in is getting up at 6 a.m. For me, that's sleeping in. Yeah. So then that's really what I was doing. I would get up before everybody else. I would go and shower and get dressed and get everything ready. I would wake you up. You would go do the same thing. We would let them sleep a little bit longer. And I'd say by 7:30 was when they were they would wake up.
I would wake up and you would be doing the lightning lane thing, usually Genie Plus right away.
Right, exactly. So we did not rope drop the parks, but we did come close.
Yeah.
I think because we stayed on property, the early entry was at 8:30.
Yeah.
Except for Animal Kingdom, I thought it was 7:30. Did I make that? No. Yeah, that wasn't happening. I can't get everybody out that early. But we were close. I'd say we were by 9 o'clock. We were in Magic Kingdom.
I think we should try for that more. I think it's better to go earlier and beat the crowd, and you're done earlier, and that was the benefit of staying at the Polynesian, right? So, everyone says when you have young kids or just kids in general, go in the morning, go to the parks in the morning, take the break in the afternoon, take that nap, and then go back at night. And we did try to do that, and for the most part, we were successful. But you're so consumed, if it weren't for the heat, I felt like we would have just stayed in the parks, and had them nap in the stroller. True.
But
it's too hot for them to sit in the stroller and nap, and it just, even one day we were going to try to do it, and then we're just like, no, we're going to go back.
Yeah.
And it really does make a difference when they both nap.
Yes. Well, yeah, you got that right. Okay, so the next thing on our expectation list was Jagger gets to see Happily Ever After. And 2 weeks ago on the episode, I said I don't care where it is, whether it's in Magic Kingdom or on the beach at the Poly.
Yep.
I just want him to see it. And I'm so happy because we did. Jagger and I got to see it, and we were with my dad on the beach at the Polynesian, and I cried.
Yeah.
Because not only is it, our favorite show, and it has a special meaning to you and I.
Yeah.
Just watching Jagger see fireworks for the first time, really.
Yeah.
And he was just like, whoa, and he was singing along to certain songs because he knew them. Yeah. And I got very emotional. And we did film part of it. I do have some clips, so that'll be in our vlogs when you go to our YouTube page. Yeah, we vlogged our whole trip.
He also saw it at the end of the trip.
I was going to mention that.
Beautiful ending.
Yeah.
And then something bad happened after that with the transportation, but besides that, and the monorail was down. But we got to see Bowie and Jagger, and the two and us all got to see it together, like half of it. So
yeah, we left
from the train station.
Yeah, and that we had no intentions on doing that.
No, it just kind of happened. We were there late because we took a break and came back later.
Right. They had taken a late nap. I usually don't keep, especially Bowie, out that late. My kids are on, or our kids are on schedules. So, their body automatically is like, hey, wait, I'm supposed to be sleeping. But, hey, vacation, right? Things change.
She was, and, if she wasn't that tired, and she was a trooper. Yeah. And she was still awake, like very, very awake. So that's why we said, let's just, we're already here. What's 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes? And then we went to go to get the monorail. They're like, oh, we don't know when this is going to move ever. Yeah,
the monorail was down, so we ended up taking the boat.
Yeah, and then as we're just sitting in line in the boat, the monorail leaves.
Of course.
So, but we took the boat. It was still not too bad.
But no, it wasn't horrible. No. It was just a long wait because, people
it was our last night. We were tired, ready to go home kind of thing. So
right, and, little did we know that a couple hours later, there would be this massive outage.
Oh, yeah.
Microsoft outage. So I've actually, I was going to save this for last because there were a couple things, unexpected things, that we did or that happened. So the outage happened our last night.
Yep.
And we were flying out the next morning when all flights were canceled.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't express how lucky.
I know. Still don't understand.
We were that we were one of 2 flights out of, I say, 10.
Yeah.
That were only delayed.
Yeah.
We actually got to fly out 3 hours later.
After, yeah. But we were still 8:50 we left the resort, and we got home in New Jersey at
8:45. We walked into our house at 8:45 p.m. So it was a lot of airport hangout, and you know what?
The kids were good.
I can't believe it. But we did nap in the stroller.
Yeah.
But it was a long day for them. It was a long day for us. But we were just so lucky that we were only delayed 3 hours and we were able to fly out because all the other flights around us were canceled.
There's so many people. We were talking to some of them and they were like, "Oh, we're canceled. There's no There's no rent-a-cars."
Oh yeah, that's right.
And we don't know what we're gonna do.
Right. So that was a blessing for us, for sure.
Very lucky.
So we'll continue our list here. Okay. The next thing on our expectation list was that you wanted to see everything new in Epcot. Kind of.
I walked through it.
We did. We kind of walked through. So I don't even know where to start here. Because we have seen the Walt statue where the Walt statue is. Mm-hmm. It was the newer walls that have come that came down. So where the Mickey and Friends area is.
We saw the outside of that. Outside, saw the line.
Mm-hmm. Where the Encanto.
What's the other thing? Something Hall. It's called. Or whatever.
The one where I was like, that looks like a college.
It's like just seating, so that's not.
Let me tell you, I thought that building. I was like, why would they do that? That's so ridiculous. Yeah. Like that's just like dumb. And then I got there, and then we walked by it, and I saw all the people in there just kind of relaxing, getting out of the heat, and I was like, oh, this is why they did it. Very, very smart. Very smart.
The Encanto stage, that was cool. Yeah. Real quick, we saw a little bit something going on there, but. Yeah, it was a breeze through, but it's okay. Next time, there's things to do. We can go meet Mickey and Goofy in there.
Yeah.
And Goofy is something I really want to do because seems like he's harder to meet now. For some reason.
Yes.
It's harder.
Well, I agree with you. The only other place I can think of is at Pete's Sideshow.
And Hollywood Studios sometimes. He's out near the entrance to Star Wars and where Muppets is.
Oh, that's right. With
sometimes,
Max.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes, yeah.
There and,
That's right.
Usually Epcot, sometimes, it's easier to meet him there. So we'll get a nice picture of Goofy next time.
I think what we have to put on our list for our next trip is the Moana. What is it? Why can't I think of the name of it?
The Journey of Water.
I don't know why we've yet to do it, but we've yet to do it.
Yeah,
that has to go on
It
our
looked
list.
really good because it was so hot. But I was thinking about, I'm going to walk through this, but then I was like, I don't know if we have enough time, and I don't want to get everything wet, and so.
So that's on our list for next time, for sure. Next was the tie-dye Mickey shirts at our resort.
We saw it on the list.
Womp womp.
That's about it.
Yeah. So
that's something again we can do next time.
Yes, and the one thing though is, and I didn't realize this, is that it doesn't happen every day.
Yeah.
It was only 2 days at our.
It was like a Tuesday.
Resort.
It was like
I think it was Saturday and Thursday. Yeah. Which we had plans, so that's why it didn't. It The next one was get a Dole Whip at the Polynesian.
Well, got like
not one, but
4.
2, but 3 before. Yeah.
Jagger loved it, so we kept at night. It was like our thing that we went over to the lobby after we got our Dole Whip, and we sat in the lobby and had it.
Yeah.
It was so nice. It was actually a really nice moment. And actually, there's a couple things we filmed like a closeout the first night after we had the Dole Whip, and I tried the swirl, I tried just pineapple. I was gonna try the float, but I just kept getting the swirl. I think was my choice, but it's so good in the Polynesian, and the line is a little long, but it goes fast.
It's weird. It hits differently, right? When you eat it at Magic Kingdom. I don't know why, but it just hits differently. I mean, maybe just the atmosphere. Jagger and I also, we shared one the night we went to go see Happily Ever After on the beach. He wanted
Very
one,
nice.
so we shared one. So yeah, I'm glad we did that. Eat at Pecos Bill's.
Nope.
We did not do that, which is fine.
We almost did.
That's something. It's so it's really funny. That's something that we always do every trip because we're like, well, this could be our last time. They might be shutting it down. So we tried to get some nachos or tacos or whatever there. But yeah, so we didn't. So if it's still open in November when we go, we'll have lunch there.
It should still be there. Let's hope.
I hope so. I don't know what they're doing. Okay, this one. So we had mentioned this in the episode, our expectation episode, and you mentioned this actually, and I said I wasn't putting it on our list because I knew we weren't going to get to it, and that was ride Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Nope.
I told you, but
you did get the
right. The virtual queue twice. Twice. So we went to Magic Kingdom twice, and I got them just in case, we were able to, but it didn't work out. And I knew it wasn't going.
It's just hard with the kids to go together.
Yes.
So, and, I didn't want to wait too long, and, I don't know. It was just, we did walk by it, and we saw what they did to it, and it looks good and everything. So,
it looks great. And the beignets, the line was so long. We wanted to stop and get that, but that
we won't be able to do it in November unless we go by ourselves, but...
Yeah, so we're actually meeting up with friends here and there while we're there. So we'll see. I don't know if that's going to happen in November, but it's not going anywhere, the ride. So I'm not anxious. I'm anxious, but I'm not, we need to do this. Yeah. But one new thing that did open while we were there that you did is
what?
Country Bears.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Country Bears musical Jamboree.
Yes, it reopened while we were there.
Yeah.
But we went the day after.
Mm-hmm. Well, was Bowie sleeping?
Yes, Bowie and I did not go in.
You didn't get to go, but everyone else went. And it seemed overall everyone liked it. I thought it was great. I thought it's shorter. It's very short. Maybe 12 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's why there's no wait. It's like next show time. Because it used to be longer. Now it's just like consistently happening. Yeah. And they did a great job with the animatronics, and honestly, it looks very similar. The outfits are different, but the bears look the same. And, and it's a little more. I like it because I feel like everyone can relate to it a little more because the songs are Disney songs. And the more I watched it, like I watched a couple clips on YouTube now again because Jagger liked it. I feel like it's growing on me even more.
Yeah. So. I've seen mixed reviews, so I'm glad that that you had a positive outcome, and you showed me some clips too. Yeah. It looks cute. I'm excited to see it. Yeah,
it was funny. I mean, the other one was funny too, but I like Big Al's funny in it, and then there's the Whole New World is really funny.
Yeah,
how they do that. So.
Yeah, so one thing that we didn't expect to do that we ended up doing very, very last minute was have breakfast at Chef Mickey's.
Good. And Jagger loves it. So
it's his favorite because he loves dancing with the characters. So he danced with Donald again.
Yeah, we had like a morning to do something like that because your parents and aunt were coming in at a different time. So we had some time to kill, and I thought it was a good, and it was a good thing to do because Bowie got to do it and Jagger on their first birthdays.
Something I think is really funny is Bowie kind of had the same reaction that Jagger did on his first birthday. So obviously more aware of what's going on, right? And can see, has 20/20 vision now, right? Can see everything. And when she saw Mickey come out of the kitchen, her eyes lit up. She was like, oh my gosh, it's Mickey. She was so excited. She was smiling. And then the minute Mickey got up like to her face and like really close,
no.
So loved the characters from afar.
Yeah.
Didn't like them up close. And that I remember that happening with Jagger on his first birthday trip as well.
She does like she'll see them. So up close, yes. It's I think it's a thing with the younger babies. But I think when she is there again, when she's Jagger's age, she's going to be dancing with Donald just like Jagger does.
And we have a couple pictures from that breakfast, her kind of crying, and so we'll post those on Instagram.
And I think it's good for everybody because they're having fun. We get to eat, and the food's good for breakfast. We never had dinner there, but I think for breakfast, it's a good option if you can do it.
I agree.
If you feel like you're in Disney.
Yeah, I think she would like Cape May Cafe breakfast too because that's our favorite. Yeah. So maybe that's something we experience with her as well because Jagger did and he loved it too. Yeah. So all in all, we had a great trip.
Yeah, I think we did really well with what we were expecting. I did some newer things too that wasn't on the list, and besides the heat and the rain, the weather part of it. It was great.
Yeah, it really was. We had a great time, and I'm glad, we were able to, spend both of our kids' first birthdays in Disney World. We're very fortunate to be able to do something like that. So we did film, like we said. We do have vlogs.
Yeah, you're going to see all this. So you're going to see our whole adventure.
Yes. So if you want to head to our YouTube page, we didn't put anything out yet.
No.
But we'll put it up also on our Instagram and Facebook, announce when we did that. And whenever we record the next episode, when we're going to release it, we'll let you know here as well. But like I said, you can go to our YouTube page if you want to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell that will give you notifications when the videos go up. So that's going to be exciting to share.
Yeah, it's a good thing to subscribe to us because you will get those notifications and you get to see our trips when we post them. And it's we try to do it on the same day every week, but you'll know if you hit the bell.
Yeah.
So it was a great trip. Really.
Yes.
We all had a great time. The Polynesian, you can't beat it.
Oh my gosh.
The pools.
It was gorgeous.
The Dole Whip, the lobby.
Yes. Everything.
the monorail.
I was going to say the convenience of getting to Magic Kingdom and Epcot. We just love the Poly so much. And now we have a new countdown.
That's true. It's far away. It feels so far away.
It's far away-ish.
But
it's gonna happen.
It's gonna be cooler.
It's gonna be cooler, and we're doing a split stay.
Yeah.
We're I don't want to give too much away. We'll talk about it as we get closer.
I think it's gonna be great, and it's gonna be cooler. It's gonna be fun, and we'll probably rent a car this time.
Yeah, I think so.
And it's, to me, when you have kids, best thing to do. But great trip.
Yes.
Have fun with you too.
Yeah. We didn't mention that. Yes. So if you recall, we have had 2 episodes come out already. We're ranking all the lands in each park. So the first one we did was Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
The second one we did was Animal Kingdom. Next week we are going to Hollywood Studios.
Going to Hollywood, baby.
So we are going to rank the lands in Hollywood Studios. That will be our next episode.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So we will hang out with you on the next Adventures in Weberland.